As we continue coverage tonight in Anthony, Iowa, a man there could spend the next 5 to 25 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to possessing child pornography. 50-year-old Robert Funderman entered that guilty plea to a single count of distribution of child porn in U.S. District Court in Sioux City. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Funderman admitted to distributing and attempting to distribute that material between April of 2023 and April of 2025, and was also grooming a minor to obtain more material. He faces a mandatory sentence of 5 years in prison and could be sentenced up to 20 years. A date for his sentencing has not yet been set.